The tensions are simmering in the Red Sea, and the possible escalation of the West Asia war is happening as we speak, as the United States and the United Kingdom have carried out more airstrikes against the Houthis in Yemen. Now, this is the second straight day where attacks by Americans have happened on the Houthis in Yemen. The latest strike targeted what the Americans claim is a radar site. The guided missile strike destroyer Khane used Tomahawk missiles in the follow-up strikes. The U.S. Central Command in a statement has said that the strikes were to try and degrade the Houthi ability to attack commercial vessels in the Red Sea. The Pentagon is also very cautiously optimistic that the Houthis will be unable to replicate the complex attacks which they have carried out in the last couple of months. The Houthi officials have called Washington, saying that they are ready for an all-out war if that is what the Americans want. According to the U.S. military, the rebel group launched an anti-ship ballistic missile in retaliation for the strikes in Yemen. While the missile did not hit any ships, the U.S. Navy has warned that American-flagged vessels must stay out of areas around Yemen in the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden for the next 72 hours at least. In Yemen, thousands of protesters held a massive rally in the capital city of Sana'a to voice their strong condemnation against the American and British joint aggression on Yemen. During the rally, the Houthis' senior leader delivered a speech and accused the United States of attempting to militarize the Red Sea and threatening its security.
The coalition formed by the US and Britain is not protecting the safety of maritime routes. It is us who protect the safety of the Red Sea. What the United States is trying to do is to set the Red Sea ablaze, militarize the region, and threaten its security.
The protests also erupted in Tehran, where masses of people gathered outside the British embassy to condemn the US-British strikes. Iranian students and residents chanted slogans in support of the Palestinians in the Gaza Strip. The strikes also garnered world attention, and reactions from world leaders have poured in, with some condemning the actions of the United States and the United Kingdom, amongst which was Russia. Moscow has said that the military strikes in Yemen amounted to an irresponsible misadventure that risks sowing chaos across the entire West Asia. The Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has slammed the United States and the British strikes as a disproportionate use of force and has accused the two nations of trying to turn the Red Sea into a sea of blood.
All that has been done is a disproportionate use of force. America is now carrying out this disproportionate use of force in the same way Israel has with Palestinians. Iran is looking at how it can protect itself against all this. England has always taken steps with America throughout this process and continues to do so. At the moment, they are in an effort to turn the Red Sea into a sea of blood.
And Oman has also condemned the strikes, which is usually a mediator between Yemen and the United States, and has expressed its serious concerns at the strikes and has said that this could lead to further escalation in the region. On the one side, Europe seems divided on the issue of airstrikes, as Italy, Spain and France have said that they will not be taking part in these strikes and will not even sign a statement put out by the 10 nations justifying the attacks. And we earlier spoke with Edward P. Joseph, who is a senior fellow at the John Hopkins University School of Advanced International Studies and who's also a foreign policy analyst, and this is what he had to say on this issue.
Well, we have to, before we can say there's a risk of escalation, we need to see what the impact of these initial strikes are by the United States, the United Kingdom, and its partners in this effort, which include at least one country from West Asia or the Middle East, as we call it from here in the U.S. So we have to see what the reaction is. And the second point is to note that these strikes were taken after a United Nations Security Council vote earlier this week, which condemned the attacks by the Houthis on shipping in the Red Sea. So we see some of these reactions that were noted in your report, for example, from Russia, but Russia allowed that Security Council resolution to go through, which condemned the impact on shipping in the Red Sea done by these attacks by the Houthis. And we should note as well that the U.S., the United Kingdom, and its other partners there in the Middle East did not immediately react to the seizure of a vessel in the Red Sea by the Houthis and to other attacks. They did immediate tactical hits against drones that were incoming, but there were no strikes like these in Yemen itself. Please.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.